And Tom, you already touched on the transformation that a franchisor has to go through in terms of that mindset of being a business owner to now becoming a franchisor. And you spoke about, that shift and the analogy that I gave in terms of landlord. But what else happens, or what other types of things are you seeing franchisors experience?
So a franchisor has three jobs. It's really pretty simple. They need to sell franchises, they need to train their franchisees, and they need to support those franchisees on an ongoing basis. And that ongoing support is more than just ongoing operational training, it's also marketing, brand development, staying current, whatever the marketing trends are, whatever the consumer trends happen to be, making sure your products or service offerings are relevant, helping them navigate staffing issues. Now, the staffing issues that come up are very real. It is the franchisee's obligation to manage those, but it is in your best interest as a franchisor to provide some guidance or recommendations on maybe how they find employees or retain employees, some suggestions for them to follow and come along with. So really as a franchisor, it's sell, train, support. If they can follow those three things, that's the easiest, simplest way to break it down in terms of their job and what they need to do, because we talked a little bit about this, that they are breaking into, it is a new business. And one of those other common challenges or problems or pitfalls I see franchisors fall into is they view franchising as a hobby and they don't view it as a full-time or a commitment business. So they're half in. They're half 1 foot in. They're in the threshold, but they haven't come all the way across. They've got 1 foot in, 1 foot out on franchising until they start to see some success, because it's not a real revenue generator for the founder or for the owner yet. So I see that as a common challenge. So be committed to the franchise system, because I promise your franchisees are going to be committed when they're investing even $100,000, $200,000. Many franchises are just working with a client before our conversation today, and their investment is $700,000 to $1.5 million to get into. So it's a big investment for someone to commit to. So just don't forget and lose sight that your franchisees are committing and spending and investing a lot of time and personal resources into the franchise.
Yeah, I think if I'm to paraphrase a little bit, I think what you're saying is they're really stepping into a leadership role, but in a different capacity. And they need to lead the ship. And it's not just this one ship now, it's the fleet, right?
That's right. Yes, that's exactly right. And it's hard because they're not employees. So you can't force them to have to do things. So your point is well taken. You have to lead them. You have to guide them. You have to help show them the way and convince them why your way is the right way, or that they should be making these changes to help them grow through it. So each franchisee at some point will think that they know better than the franchisor. It happens. We all do
Inevitable.
that. I think it's human nature to a certain extent, but reminding them that the reason they bought the franchise is to follow your system. And phrase that I always like to use is, you can do it your way, get your way results, or you can do it our way and get our way results. And so when you don't get the results you were hoping for when you follow your way, then this is what we're trying to instruct you on. We know that our methods and systems work. Until you can prove and validate that, start with our system first because it works. And once you prove that works, if you want to venture off trail a little bit, we'll give you a little slack to go and do that and try those new things. We can work together on that.